The eastern boundary of Whately is the Connecticut River, while the west side of town stretches into the hill towns. It has always been a largely farming community, tobacco being one of its major crops in the past. We are with Diane Muffin Corza at Muffin's General Market here in Whately. Tell us about the history of the store.
Actually, we just celebrated 15 years in business the end of May. My husband and I purchased the property here about 17 years ago. I was in the healthcare field and getting a little burnt out and decided to make a career switch, and we felt that a general market like this was something that was needed in the area. He continues to work in construction materials. We sell earth products out there as well, the mulch and rocks and such.
Did you build the building?
No, this used to be called the Tobacco Shed, which has a lot of history to it here as well in Whately. Back in its day, it was a venue for weddings. I think there were go-go dancers here at one point.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was a bar.
Had you had any experience at all in running a market or doing food?
I love to cook. And I just, no experience in it. I just did it.
You just jumped in.
Just jumped in and did it.
So what do you have in your market and what do you have for food?
Every morning we bake fresh muffins. We have over 20 varieties. We don't today because we had a muffin morning and they're mostly all gone, but I did save you some.
Thank you.
And we do mini quiche and breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
What time do you open?
7 a.m. to 6, Monday through Saturday.
Okay, you close Sunday.
Yes.
And then what else? Do you have lunch too?
We do serve lunch, and Monday through Friday we have a lunch special. Today is a meatball grinder or platter, and we run 2 or 3 soups every day.
Excellent. And then there's a deli too, right? People can buy.
Boar's Head Deli. So there are sandwiches, and we slice to order as well.
Okay, so you can actually make sandwiches or they can buy the meat.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then other than that, your market has?
We have fresh meats. We have deli salads, some that we purchase, some that we make in-house. And of course coffee and full liquor, lottery, and groceries.
Okay. Tell me about your coffee.
Our coffee is from Florence, Mass.
Oh.
It's Indigo Coffee. They also have a strong presence out on the Cape.
Okay.
But we have had Indigo Coffee do you like it?
I like
Very
it.
good.
Yes.
It's very good.
Yeah, we've carried it for most of our time.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. So we have a good following with that.
Excellent.
Very good coffee.
What's the biggest challenge of running this business?
Not getting a vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, it's the biggest challenge. We have great staff. We're blessed to have the staff that we have. So You know, it's the day-to-day challenges that come up, you know, equipment failing, or, you know, that's probably the biggest challenges.
What do you like most about it?
My customers. I've met so many people, and we see them day in and day out, and just really gotten to know so many people. So that has been a joy. I live in Hatfield. I do have some roots from Whately. My grandmother was a school teacher back in the day.
Oh, wow.
So in Whately. So I do have some roots with Whately folks, and actually gotten to re-know some of them and connect through my grandmother's legacy. But yeah.
That's excellent. Any plans for the future of any changes or expansion or?
We are planning to make the yard a little bit bigger for the earth product, because that is becoming harder for people to go and get from the bigger plants. They're no longer servicing small customers. So we want to make that yard so people can come and get their products here if they need to.
Okay. Anything else you want people to know about the store?
No, come on and visit. You know, our muffins, we've been told, are the best in the valley. So we take special orders for the muffins. If you know, if there's a large order you want to place, we're happy to do that. Some of them we have some flavors that you won't find other places, like a peach raspberry, or yeah, we do some special flavors with raspberries and blueberries, but yeah.
Sounds yummy. Tell me about the local products that you have. It seems like there's a lot.
Yes, I do have some people on consignment. One lady is from Whately, Rena Vise, and she does the European pyrography, which is wood burning. So we have some of her pieces in the store. We have local coffee.
Honey.
Oh, honey, yes. We
Maple
have
syrup.
honey, maple syrup.
Some skincare products.
Yes.
Soaps, candles.
Yeah, lavender. We have right around the corner in Hatfield a couple that's growing lavender and making their own products. So lots of things to look at.
And I saw some tie-dye.
Yes, I believe she's from Whately too.
There's some sweaters, some kids' sweaters. Are they?
Oh, those are actually from Ecuador. So yes, there is a gentleman that used to own a store in Northampton that now is back at his home in Ecuador, but sends over alpaca sweaters. In the wintertime, I get a whole shipment of alpaca scarves and adult sweaters.
Nice. Okay, well, we can't wait to try and look around your store, and thank you for meeting with us this morning.
Thank you for stopping by. Peach raspberry.
Okay,
You got one of them.
I got one.
That looks like almost like a coffee cake kind of.
Yes, blueberry cinnamon coffee cake.
Oh my goodness gracious. Keep that little bit.
Don't give her a knife. So what do you have there?
I have raspberry peach.
Yum.
And you can taste both at the same time, which is, I think, pretty unique.
Excellent.
That's how
Beth, what do you have?
Blueberry cinnamon coffee cake.
I don't think you should eat that. It's not very good for you.
You can say that, but you can't have it.
All right.
It's moist, cinnamony, got the blueberry in there, sweet, and very, very good.
We're here at the Whately Historic Society with Derica Smith, and
Yes.
she is going to tell us about this town, when it was established, all about it.
Well, Whately was originally part of Hadley,
Okay.
and then second after that it was part of Hatfield, which left Hadley, and then in 1771 it became its own town. And there was a big fight, and it's all in the book there. A big fight for 100 years when Hatfield wanted to separate from Hadley. But when Whately wanted to separate from Hatfield 100 years later, Hatfield was like, good, go. You're on your own. And it was all about the river, which is why we have this exhibit, because Hadley was on one side of the river and Hatfield was on the other. And so the people who lived originally in Hadley had to go across the river to go to
Church.
The people who lived in Hatfield had to go across the river to go to church.
church.
And the river is big and sometimes quite intimidating and caused a lot of problems. So that was how Whately got started. There are almost no houses in Whately now that date from that time. And then they got a church and they got a school, a lot of schools actually. Several, schools had to be within walking distance, so at one time there were 8 or 9 schools in Whately.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? Wow.
Well, Whately is strange because it's divided geographically into East Whately, which is right down by the river, then the village, which you're sitting in right now,
Okay.
and then West Whately, which is really in the hills and has completely different population, completely different everything. It's geographically very strange because of that, and there are these things they call not plateaus, maybe plateaus that go up from the river. That there's one that makes East Whately, and then one that makes Whately, and then one that makes West Whately. So it's a very different town. But this is an old picture of Whately. It goes of West Whately, and it goes both sides of this.
Oh, I see. Did they have mills? What did they do?
Lots and lots of mills.
What kind of mills did they have?
There were of course sawmills,
Okay.
shoemakers and tanneries. Satinette, which is a kind of cloth, and wool. Oil, they always call them oil mills, but I think they were really products of grains that were crushed for oils.
Oh, I guess I don't know enough about that.
They were not oil in the sense that we think of oil in this day and age. Most of the mills were on the Westbrook, and the Westbrook starts in West Whately and came all the way down through to Hatfield, and there were what they call privileges on the mills, on the river. And what happened was that Northampton built a reservoir and basically ruined the brook, and that was the end of the mills.
Oh, really?
And yes, and that because the brook no longer ran the way it used to because it was dammed up.
Well, how about some of these long gone people? Any famous ones?
I have heroes. I have Whately
Okay,
heroes.
tell us the heroes.
One of whom is named Noah Bardwell. He lived in West Whately. He had 15 children, including a pair of twins who survived to old age. They were called Aminda, not Amanda, but Aminda and Lucinda. They dressed alike their whole lives. They were so identical that their father bought them gold necklaces, one with 1 strand and one with 2 strands, so they could be told apart. There are a lot of Bardwells in Whately, including Adelia Bardwell, who still works with us, and Keith Bardwell is Adelia's son. Victor Bardwell was much later. He also lived in West Whately, and they said that if any man in Whately needed a day's work, he could go to Victor Bardwell and get a day's work. Victor Bardwell, his only child died in infancy, and then he raised 2 daughters, 2 nieces, her nieces, who actually, one of whom stayed in Whately for the rest of her life. We had a lot of people in the Civil War. Very few, well, a lot of people in the Revolutionary War, but it was completely different. They were militia and they just marched out and marched home, and sometimes they made it and sometimes they didn't. But the Civil War was very different. They got a uniform and a gun and they got put on a train and taken down to Virginia, and many of them died. Our claim to fame is the pottery, nothing else, and that's really.
We can't wait to go see
yes,
that.
You should, because the pottery.
Well,
This stuff is fake. I mean, not fake, but the top stuff was made in 1971, and this stuff was made just this year, 250th, 2025.
So tell us about the pottery.
well-
Why do you have so much pottery?
Well, because the pottery industry really started here with Thomas Crafts. The pottery, it's really beautiful, and it's all very similar in terms of being having the cobalt blue decorations.
It is all.
Where did the name Whately come from?
It came from a man who never was here in England, whose name was Thomas Whately. And he was a friend of Governor Hutchison, who was the governor of Massachusetts at that time. And so it was called Whately long before it was incorporated as Whately. It was called Whately when it was still part of Hatfield. These are spoons that were given to us by the Whately family in England. At the time in 1971, which was our 200th anniversary. And they're solid silver spoons made in 1771 in Edinburgh.
Wow.
And they were given to Whately as a gift for, just because. And Julian Whately, who is now dead apparently, was a young, handsome man in 1971 here.
Do you know anything, or you have any records about the Native Americans who were in this area?
We know they were here. We have arrowheads. We have a few Indian artifacts. There's no records, essentially. There's the original date signed by Quant-Quant's widow, which is why Quant-Quant Farm is named what it is. They did come to fish in the meadows underneath Mount Sugarloaf. And if you see Mount Sugarloaf, which you can't help but see, and go down River Road in Whately, you'll see that there's a lot of farmland there. And that's where the Indian arrowheads have all been picked up.
Are there still a lot of farms?
Oh yes, if you
So
go
there's
down. Although there are big farms now, like the Chang Farm and the Mannheim Farm. Whately was a huge tobacco town at the time of shade tobacco, and then shade tobacco died, and that was the end of it. And broadleaf is coming back a little bit. There are broadleaf people.
You still have some.
People are growing it again more than they used to.
Of the giant milk bottle.
Well, it was built by the man who owned Quant-Quant at the time. It's 14 feet tall. It used to be down on Route 5, and they sold ice cream out of it. It was part of the Quant-Quant dairy bar. Then they weren't selling ice cream. They didn't have a snack bar down there anymore. It began to be vandalized and was a mess, and the man who then owned it just because he owned a restaurant, gave it to this society, and we had it moved at a gigantic production.
We're with Gary Clark, and he's the owner of Tom's famous hot dog stand in Whately. Tell us the history of the stand.
Well, it was started as a roadside wagon, if you would, a couple miles down the street. 1954. About 56, 57, it was moved to this location and expanded upon through the years. I was fortunate enough to purchase it from the third generation.
Oh.
So I was fortunate in the sense where I didn't have to say, hey, I'm Gary, I've got hot dogs. So I bought a fantastic reputation from the LaBelle family, so that was to my advantage, of course.
Yeah. And what year was that?
That I purchased it was 2014.
Okay. 12 years or so?
Yeah, after 30 years in the furniture retail business, plus working for my family at the Whately Inn as well, part-time.
Ah. Are you a cook too? Or a chef?
No, I was front of the house at the Whately Inn. waiting tables, maitre d'.
Okay, excellent. But you were in the food business.
I was born in the restaurant business, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born, actually, my grandfather ran the Whately Inn back in '64. My father was running the kitchen, and I was actually born while living at the Whately Inn back then. So.
Oh, excellent. So tell us about your menu.
Our menu, well, we feature New England style split top buns with our 10-inch natural casing beef and pork hot dogs, which are steamed as the buns are.
Okay.
It's been our reputation and our signature that we only steam our buns. We don't offer grilled buns or grilled hot dogs.
Okay. Do you basically do the same thing that they did before, or did you change
Yes,
things?
yeah, I kept the bones, but my wife and I have expanded it to include many homemade recipes. Chili, we sell a tremendous amount of our homemade chili. We've also introduced my wife's grandmother's mac and cheese recipe, which is legendary in the area.
Really?
Yeah. And in the winter months, colder months, I run some Polish specialties like kapusta, lazy pierogi, and my wife tirelessly makes golumkis, which are a big hit.
Oh, wow.
Stuffed cabbage, some people call it as well.
Okay. So you open all year round?
Pretty much. We try to sneak away for several weeks or so in the winter time.
So it can be pretty cold here and people still come.
They still come. We saw the workmen that were here today, and
Yeah.
that's my bread and butter in the off season.
Looks like a whole company stopped
Yeah,
to take
it
a
is.
break.
Yeah, and it is. And folks from next town over, and local businesses supporting local businesses.
Yeah,
That's what we need.
yeah.
Our award-winning chili is award-winning. It was a competition at a local bank, but we took first place, so that's an award.
There you go.
We like to say we have the best ice cream around because we feature the 10% milk fat, not the 5% diet stuff we call it.
Ah, okay. Excellent. So what are the hours and days that you're open?
Well, we're open every day, and especially during the summer. We run. Right now, we're going to be going 7 days, 11 to 7, through. When the kids go back to school come Labor Day.
What's the biggest challenge of running this business?
Generally, it's staff. Trying to get the right people in and keep the right people. It is. It's a stepping stone. I don't expect anybody to make a career here.
And what do you like most about it?
What do I like most about it? Being a local guy, I know everybody, so it's just the smiling faces, making people happy. Hosting the car shows it brings us a lot of more friends. It does. We have a second year this year. We're going to be hosting a music festival featuring all local original music.
Nice.
That's going to be the third weekend in September. 2-day event this year. It's free, no admission, and we're going to have 22 bands over 2 days.
Oh, wow.
Right here. So it's a rotating, audience. People come and see their favorites.
Yeah.
And then kind of lump the styles together throughout the 2 days. But that'll be fun.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
And the car shows are every Friday night?
Every Friday
When do you
night.
start, when do you end?
Well, they start second Friday in May, and they go through the end of September. Every Friday starts at 5 till dusk, weather permitting, of course.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything else you want people to know?
No, I just that I'm very fortunate and appreciative to have been in the position to acquire the landmark that it is, and I'm a few years away from retirement, so hopefully I can find the right person to continue the legacy and the tradition, and just improve on what I think I've improved on.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, great. So what should we have today?
Well, our most popular hot dog is the Works mustard, relish, and onions. That's the regional, go-to.
Okay.
Like I said, our burgers are fantastic. We get them delivered fresh several times a week. You know, it's hot right now, so you have to definitely finish with an ice cream of some sort. But,
Twist my arm.
okay, I
Where does
will.
your ice cream come from?
It's Hood,
Okay.
you know, All-Star Dairy, Hood product. And like
Okay.
I said, the 10% milk fat, not the 5% that most folks use. So it's got a smoother, less grainy feel, and yum yum.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it does.
Do you have
too.
like root beer floats?
We do root beer floats. We do sundaes, but we don't do the dips and all the fancy stuff like that.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
keep it simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Excellent. Well, we can't wait to try your famous hot dogs. And thank you for talking to us
Well,
today.
thank you very much. My pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
We're going to have a mac and cheese hot dog that we're going to split. And we're going to split a root beer float. And then a bottle of water.
And a bottle of water it is.
And then what do you want?
I'm gonna have mac and cheese dog and
Which
also
one?
mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. And 2 waters. You got it.
All right.
Thank you very much.
See you back in the kitchen here.
Thank you. Boy. You're welcome.
All right.
Oh, there's the voice.
Who's got the voice?
Order for Jen.
How is it?
So far, so good. I gotta taste that little macaroni and cheese. By the way, this is a mac and cheese burger, a hot dog. Just so you know what I'm eating.
Oh, okay.
It's very good.
Our friend Sue from Sunderland joined us in Whately today for a few of our stops.
We like to film people with their mouths full. Delicious? Good.
Creamy mac and cheese.
All right.
I have an original root beer float. And is this good?
But it hits the spot. Yum. I got the same thing here that Marcia has. We split it so we don't look too much like pigs. Good mac and cheese. Good hot dog. It has that snap when you bite into it. Worth coming away from somewhere else for.
Great.
Hi.
Oh, this is the reason why they're going slow. It's this stuff right here. Oh, that's the granny problem right there. That's really loud, yeah. That's why it doesn't run very good. This thing must be fast.
Faster than you want it to be.
I bet you this thing does 65, 70. Wow, awesome. I wonder if it's front-wheel drive or rear-wheel. It's a great car. Wow. Looks nice. I wonder if they burned out. How old do you think it is? It's 60s or something. Don't say